I'm going to be taking you through what I've copped, what bots I've been using with full commentary. First and foremost, I actually got added into a new group, and this group is called Escape Notify. It's run by the same owner as Flare, and I've recently just got Flare myself as well, which is a bot, and basically a review will come of that very, very soon in the next week or so. But they quickly pinged out that a website was restocking the Tearaway Air Force Ones, and it's a Shopify website. So I thought, why not go for them? Because on StockX, they're getting about 40 up to around £60 profit per pair. So I'm thinking, why not? So I'm gonna set up Cyber, have a go, see if I can get 1 or 2 pairs. And as you can see, I was able to get 3 pairs with Cyber. I was trying to set up Kodai, however, I was having some issues and it just turned out that I needed to close the bot down and reopen it. So I thought, look, I'm just gonna go straight with Cyber rather than keep on mucking around with Kodai in the setup. But I've now checked Kodai again and it's all working. So anyway, a massive thanks to Escape Notify for that ping. I don't think many people got that or many people saw that until the monitor actually picked it up in other groups. So I was ready and set up well before. So in the end, I done really, really well on those restocks. I think I got 7 pairs of those reverse Chicago GS sizes. And you also saw me go for the Air Force One Koreas. And I think again, I got about 6 pairs of those as well. Now, not only that, but you would have seen that I ran another site called 43 Ainhab. And if you remember, if you're one of the sub 100 gang, you know that I was able to cop around 10 pairs of Court Purples from 43 Ainhab, and it's a pretty good site to run. However, I don't own Fleek anymore. So now what I've used instead was Flare, and Flare was really smooth, really easy, got me to a PayPal checkout, so I was able to get 1 pair. I did run a bit too late. I only saw them ping about 10 minutes after it was released, so I was kind of just running for restocks in the background there. So pretty good result. However, one thing you've got to know when it comes to mesh is a lot of these are loans. In other words, what happens is you order them, you think they're coming, a day or 2 later they just cancel, and it takes maybe a week or so in order for you to get your money back. So they are pretty prone to cancelling, so if only half the pairs stick, I will still be happy. And now we are moving on to one of my least favourite sites to bot. No, it's not Eleanor, it's not Foot Locker, it's Shopify. So Shopify are going to be dropping the red dunks. I think they're the St. John's maybe, I don't know, something like that. But they're the red and white dunks. And I'm going to be using Kodai to basically go for KIF and mainly DSM. There are some other sites, however, they only ship to places like Atlanta or, I don't know, Ohio. Who knows with these US sites, to be fair. So let's see how Kodai does. If I get 1 pair, I'll be pretty ecstatic. I'm going to be sending them over to my friend in America, in Delaware. So hopefully I can at least touch 1 pair, but I'm not that hopeful. And that is the second time I've now hit Kith. If you remember, I got the Quantum Yeezys, and now I've been able to hit the red dunks. Supreme are dropping a load of summer tees. I need to go for loads of these. I've got slots running and I've got my local buyer really excited about it. So as always, wish me luck. As we all know, Supreme season has ended. However, Palace is still going. And honestly, I personally think that the stuff that's been dropping on Palace is probably nicer than the stuff that's been dropping on Supreme as of lately. But they are basically releasing that kind of tri-ferg tee with the snake around it. And a lot of people do want that either as a personal or for resale. So I'm going to try and scoop one up for myself. And I've also got a load of slots running for people that want it as well. So let's see how I do. I'm going to be running Kodai because Kodai and Shopify is kind of a good combination for me and I kind of nail it with that. So let's see how we do. So I managed to hit one t-shirt, and luckily for me it was my personal t-shirt, but the problem was I made a massive error. So as you could see, straight away when the product was being picked up, it picked up the kind of jogging bottoms. And that was because I used a set of keywords from one guide, and then I was going to change the keywords, or I did change the keywords from a group that I'm in called Flex Workshop, and I'll go through that a bit later on. But I forgot to press save on Kodai, and you've got to save it under each release. So I did copy and paste it in, however, I forgot to save it. So it was way too late by the time the drop had happened. Now, the Flex Workshop keywords would have worked, so I'm a bit pissed off about that. But what I did was I was looking at it manually anyway and trying to get a couple manual for some people at the same time. So I just kind of copy and pasted the link as you saw. But I'm still happy to get one. I did run for restocks, but I only got my personal. I apologized to all the slots and said, listen, totally my fault, totally my error. I didn't check the keywords, which was a big error from me. And now we move on to a bit of a hype release. And these are now the Jordan High Greys. A lot of people are going for these, and mainly Foot Locker is the one that's dropping them. However, there are a lot of low-key EU sites that are going to be dropping them as well. And of course, I have my trusty Root Labs to help me. So I'm going to be going for them on something called Gross Basket. Now, Gross Basket hasn't said that they're actually dropping. However, one of the groups that I'm in, Escape Notifier, kind of said, listen, there are some rumors that Gross are going to be dropping at around 9 or 10 a.m. So I'm going to set up my tasks, I'm going to get them ready in Root Labs. And one of the real cool parts of Root Labs is you can set up something called restock mode. And what it does, the task pings off of a monitor that Crypto, who is the dev at Root Labs, and Tom and Jerry, who are the main staff, these guys have developed. So I'm just going to put it on restock mode. I can leave it running. As you know, it will give me a call if it goes through or a payment's ready to go for it. And let's just see if they drop. So now we move on to the Air Max 1. Anniversary, I don't know. People are saying they are, people are saying they're not. I do not know whatsoever. Now there's two main websites that are dropping. One is SlamJam, and I've got Root Labs, and I've also got Cyber that runs for that mainly. And another one is A Few. And if you remember, I got the tearaways from A Few using Cyber's custom Shopify tasks. So I'm going to be running for both. Now what I am also going to be doing though is running for slots. Not on SlamJam, because SlamJam's a bit of a hard one on that, but A Few. Now the problem with that is what A Few does is it pushes an export, or it pushes a PayPal browser. So my slots are going to have to be on the ball, because as soon as it gives me a browser or a link to a PayPal checkout, they're going to have to do it ASAP. This is because it's not cart hold. So they might get to checkout, they might add in all their details, and all of a sudden out of stock. However, Cyber does well on this site, and it's a bit of a low-key site. Not many people know about it. I haven't seen it in many Discords. So let's see how I do.